We're back, Barebones Broadcasting, Norman Woodstock Spalding. If you are watching, please spread the word. I am radio broadcaster going to bring up a subject for you to consider. It's part of the state of the planet Earth right now and the maturity of things. Events in a state of maturity. A planet is events in a state of maturity. Or immaturity, depending on the direction. Now, in this case, this is immaturity, and it's happening at a rampant rate. The reputation jading that humans are experiencing and going through by each other, the image in each other's mind of things, humans, of their situation, the hysteria and hallucinations and another word, give me the word brain. I was just making sure I could remember them before I broadcasted. I did remember them, and now, of course, they're not going to remember. Yes, you are. There is a term that's avoiding my mind. It's not hallucination. Believe you me, the picture in humans' heads is not correct, and they're passing it on like water. It's not accurate to this situation. The meaning of things is very much exaggerated to its meaning. And I find what they're doing to each other's reputation in this, these humans as I sit around, is astounding to me. I just had someone do something like that to me. Now in their mind I'm going to carry a bad reputation, and they set me up for it, knowing full well they wouldn't want to be in my shoes, but they did. And when I wouldn't cooperate, now I'm a bad man. Well, no, I'm not. At all. I don't like getting in the middle of things where my cooperation or permission is required. And when I don't give it, then these things that jade the reputation not only of me, but myself to myself. They don't care about what I think about myself to myself at all. And want you to cooperate with things where you won't have much respect for yourself when you do. In this case, it wouldn't have been somehow I treat somebody else, it'd be how I treated me. Especially this way. They tried to sucker me on something and I didn't go along with it. It's astounding. It's astounding how humans, whether it be insurance or... I find that the insurance racket on these images, that like this Jesus is going to save them in this afterlife, which doesn't even more than likely exist. No one really knows. And I will not sit here and tell you I absolutely know there's no afterlife. And I dare it to exist, I know that. Only no one knows. And they've got these people, he is risen and oh, brother. First of all, you know any of that. And then that it means anything you say it means. For you. You don't know any of that. Or these, you know, the storyline that goes with it. Doesn't make any sense and you don't know any of it. It's reputation gouging. It's making a sucker of people. And they don't care. They absolutely don't care if you're a sucker. Obviously, they don't care if they're a sucker. But obviously, they don't care whether you're drugged into it too or not. And I find humans willing to do it all kinds of things. Styles. Mindset. Just, it's astounding. And they market it. They call it employment, making suckers of people. Those are jobs. We can tax that. Tax it. What did it do? How can you tax something that doesn't do anything? It's overhead. Can you tax overhead just because somebody pays it to be overhead? They didn't get away with stealing from the grant. It doesn't produce a product. You can't tax what it doesn't do. You have something there to tax. And tax hot air. $200 million Republicans are going to spend to jade Barack Obama's reputation. Now, can you tax any of it? What did it represent to start with? A surplus of something? Where did they get it? Evading tax? From something that wasn't there to start with there too? And it's just a joke. The poor Federal Reserve. Every dollar has to do something and return home. Goes out, goes through a circuit, goes back. Every dollar. What are these dollars doing? Where is the supply, the surplus from the dollars going out and causing the wheels to turn and the hands to do things and leaving something behind them? Where's that action? Because that's what has to happen. And humans can't get around and jade each other's reputation and cause hysteria and hallucinating. And there's another word I'm not saying. But basically, they're causing the whole place to sucker itself. And to jade its reputation to itself and pass that on. Doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense at all. It's time to get a handle on it with none of the above. Because they're going to keep on doing it until somebody interrupts it. And then you'll be a terrible man. And, oh, how could you do this? Like, say there is an afterlife and everyone's forgiven, a hypocrite and a sucker. I'm going to argue with that. I've got a whole, of being the only one in the room. And it's not humans. Barometrics, to me, has suckered this place. The way this planet functions, eat and get eaten, has suckered my kind. My kind's been suckered. I don't like that. Humanity's been suckered by a method to eat and get eaten. And it's not saying, hey, we're above that. Don't live that way. It's asinine. And it'll make a sucker of you. I think humans did it one time. They're not doing it now. That's how you evolve, practicing that for sure.